and welcome to another Uncorking. Normally in this series we're uncorking, or in some cases unscrewing, a new bottle of bourbon and kind of giving a review, but since uncorking is sort of like our unboxing, today I'm going to be uncorking, or unboxing if you will, the Norlan Whisky glass, which I was part of one of the Kickstarter contributors to the Kickstarter campaign. Paid $35, I believe, for 2 glasses, and they've come in, so let's see what we got. First of all, I wasn't expecting it to come in this fancy of packaging. That's nice. And here we are. So right off the bat, it's a little smaller than I was picturing in my head. I don't know why. I mean, it's completely seems like a normal size glass, but I guess just from watching the videos and seeing the pictures, I was picturing it to be a little bit bigger, but that's fine. And second is it's a lot lighter than I was thinking. This is very light. It feels very light in the hand, very easy to hold. You can see the fins or the blades down in there to aerate your whiskey. So let's just give it a little spin here. A little Buffalo Trace. That's a thing of beauty. Look at that. Look at it go! So another thing I wasn't expecting is the rim here is actually a lot wider than you'd expect, like on your Glencairn glass, very thin, or even like a rocks glass, like this awesome Batman rocks glass. It kind of, how awesome do I look doing this? It's like I'm kissing glasses. It's kind of more the feel of like a rocks glass, even though it's giving off the air of a Glencairn or so forth. But you can definitely get your nose in this glass, or this one. Gotta do that number. So there's 2. Oh. So this is cool. I didn't know it came with this. This is a polishing cloth with the Norlan design on it, and use and care right here. So just lovingly polish your awesome looking cup with the included polishing cloth. Okay, so I'm gonna toss it to what we're gonna be doing later, which is inviting Sara to try this against my preferred method if I'm not doing a tasting, if I'm just having a glass or a cocktail, the old rocks glass. So let's see how the same bourbon, we'll just stick with Buffalo Trace, stacks up between these 2 guys. Okay, so now, moment of truth. I have Sara here joining me, and we have a nice, healthy pour. We're using Buffalo Trace in the Norlan glass. So Sara, let's just start by swishing it around, and these fins or blades inside is supposed to really aerate it. Let's just kind of nose the bourbon. Yeah,
I swished too much.
Not
overly swished.
Yeah.
I mean,
it smells good.
It does smell good. I feel like it smells. I get more like the spices in it. The smell is coming through. I don't know. Now I have to compare it, but
I get more alcohol in this.
Yeah, me too. Strangely, I also get that. It's a lot more aromatic in the Norlan's glass. Like I said, I'm getting a lot more of like the spices, and on this I'm smelling a lot more of the alcohol.
It smells like 2 totally different bourbons.
Which is crazy because I would not have believed this, But the experience with this, it's so much more pleasant.
It's like you're just getting the flavor that's in the bourbon and not the alcohol.
Right. I agree. I mean, I guess opens it up would be the word. I don't know.
Yeah.
You get a lot more of the depth because it's not being cut off as much by like the alcohol.
Okay, let's do a taste.
All right.
Cheers, Norlan.
Cheers.
Hey. Buffalo Trace.
It tastes like bourbon.
Tastes good.
It took me a second to get adjusted to this thick,
Right,
thicker,
yeah.
like rounded. No, I mean it's not strange. It's just different.
One thing you don't have to worry about is your hand heating up the bourbon here.
That's true. 'Cause there's this nice little buffer area.
All right, one more sip. All right, your typical rocks glass, which I've always loved.
I get the alcohol more too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa,
mean,
there's more burn?
There is more burn, and I get more of that initial taste of alcohol, whereas with this one, like the smell, I feel like it sort of cut that down, or even out.
Yeah.
Like it smells like super, kind of like potpourri, and that's weird, but it's just like spices and nice.
Spices and
nature
niceness.
smells.
Yeah.
Spices and niceness. And it's reflected in the taste, which is so strange. Now I'm going to try it the other way around. There's definitely a difference there.
Yeah.
I think the bigger difference is in the smell and that experience, but there is a difference when you taste it on what hits your tongue first.
Yeah, it's harder going back.
It is harder going back.
Yeah, it was more dramatic going
from
this first to the rocks glass second, but from the rocks glass back to the Norlan, it's not as dramatic.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely noticeable.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I thought, not a gimmick, but I just thought maybe it was exaggerated, but I don't, now, I'm a believer now.
Yeah.
Norlan's glass all the way.
I agree. It is not just smoke and mirrors and ad campaign. It is.
And it's pretty.
It's very pretty. And it's light. So much
it's
lighter
so
than I
light.
thought.
Yeah, this feels like a brick compared to...
Yeah, which I like. I like weight in my glass.
Well,
but this fits the hand so well that
it is.
I'm a fan. I'm a
Spicy.
fan. So I would recommend it.
I would also recommend it. Get
Okay.
yourself a pair.
Pick
Set, whatever
a
it's
pair.
called. A pair of glasses.
Yeah, a pair of glasses. All right.
All right.
Thumbs up from this bourbon night. So, as we saw, a different sensory experience with the Norlan glass versus a rocks glass or an old-fashioned glass, what have you. Now, since this is a very elegant-looking glass, let's put it up against what a lot of people consider to be the de facto whiskey tasting glass, the Glencairn. And this is my Lexington Bourbon Society Glencairn, a member of the LBS. I think I'm definitely in the minority here. I don't love Glencairn glasses for tasting, and there'll be a whole episode, maybe not a whole episode, but there'll be an episode of It's Bourbon Night where we talk about the different glass options. That is in the works, that is in the plans. So I won't get into it right now, but let's see what the differences are. Again, we'll stick with Buffalo Trace and pour some in here. Now we have the same bourbon, Buffalo Trace, both of these, and let's just give it a whirl. Very easy to aerate this bourbon, and I would say equally easy to aerate it in the Glencairn. Now what about the smell? Got a little sting there. No sting of the nostrils here. Should try this with a barrel proof. Let's see. This is Buffalo Trace is just 90 proof. But yeah, I'm definitely getting more sting on the nose by sticking my nose in this Glencairn, more so than the Norlan. So let's do taste. Let's do Glencairn first. Well, the Glencairn obviously takes your nose completely out of it because you can't fit it in there as you're drinking. Tastes like Buffalo Trace. I'm not getting a huge difference here between the two. The smell-wise, definitely favoring the Norlan. Taste. Okay. No, I definitely got more burn from the Glencairn, and just overall experience. You guys can see. There, I'm drinking. Here. There, I'm drinking. So you can see the difference in just how much, and that's one of the reasons why that's the main reason why I don't like Glencairns, is this. You have to tilt your head back so much. And that's actually something, if you watch the Norlan videos, that they talk about, taking you out of the conversation, taking the eye contact out when you're having to, excuse me, you know, which might sound silly, but when you really think about it, it makes sense. There was more of a dramatic difference with the Rocks glass to the Norlan's glass as far as smell and taste. Less of a difference, but still noticeable in smell, definitely, and to a lesser degree, taste. But so far, the Norlan is coming up as a better experience. Is it worth $48 for a set of two? I would say yes. I would say it's worth it to have a couple of these in your collection and see what you think for yourself. It's definitely worth that. I think you would definitely want to have one of these. Is it going to become my new daily glass? Depends on how I'm drinking it. If I don't have enough of these for a flight, then obviously it won't be used for that. Probably won't be using this for a cocktail because your ice would have to be very small, and I like using the big cubes or the whiskey balls. So it's not good for that, but I'm usually drinking it neat anyway. So besides the fact that I usually prefer a nice heavy base in my rocks glass, and this is very light, it just feels right though. So yeah, maybe I might be using this a lot now. That's a good experience. I do enjoy. So final thought is yes, go to Norlan's website and order yourself a couple of these. I think right now it's still technically pre-order, even though they fulfilled all the Kickstarter campaign things. They still haven't kicked into full gear, so it's still pre-order, and I think they're giving 10% off still for the pre-orders. So I would definitely try to take advantage of that and order yourself a couple. All right, well, I am Chad with It's Bourbon Night. This has been Uncorking, and until next time, drink more bourbon.